Hi, this is Jeff August with another Speedlooks tutorial, and today's tutorial is Speedlooks and the red workflow. So let's get started. So for today's tutorial, I'm going to load up a project that we just finished here at Look Labs, and we're going to start. It's an R3D red project. It was shot on the Red Epic. It's a great example of SpeedGrade's conform and workflow, and a great example of how we're going to make the red camera look and feel very cinematic with our Speedlooks. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is I've created an EDL. I'm going to load that EDL. And once the EDL is loaded, you notice down in my timeline tab, I've got my Reels tab highlighted, and these are all the shots that are in my commercial. I'll just go up here and click on this tab where all my original R3D footage is, and I'll click one button to conform this timeline, just say load from desktop, because all my footage, even though there are subfolders and subfolders, I've actually been able to choose sequences from folder and subtree, and so that's what I've done. And I can actually point over here and I can give you an idea. There are all the red folders with all the footage that we need. So let's do the conform. Click on load from desktop. So now that we're all conformed, let's take a look at what we've got going here. Just going to click Control Home on my keyboard to fill the viewer. Let's scale that. So let's take a look at what we have. I'm going to click Home on the keyboard and I'll just hit play. And we've got our commercial. And what we're looking at right now are the R3D settings that were set in camera, but we're going to change those in just a second here. Perfect. So that's our commercial. So the first thing we want to do now, now that we've got our commercial conformed, is I'm just zooming out on my timeline here. I'm going to pull some grading layers. So I'm going to click on Setup, and I'm going to pull one or two, three grading layers, and then I'm going to drag one layer up top here, and that's going to be used as my look layer. Alright, we've got that now. So there's a couple things that we need to do to have the red be optimized for Speedlooks, and the first thing is to change the red settings. So we're going to go into the timeline tab, then click on Format Defaults, and choose in this drop down R3D, and it's default set to use settings stored in each clip. We're going to change that, so let's click on that and say use settings set below. And you can take a look at our settings, but we keep everything pretty well default. The one thing that we do is we change our gamma curve to red log film, and we leave our color space in red color 3. Perfect. So that's how we like to set up our red. The other thing that we want to apply now is the red camera patch. And what the red camera patch is going to do is adjust this log setting of the red footage to what we call speed log, which is basically our base of log, which then allows multiple cameras to be matched up because we basically get every camera to the same state. Okay, so let's apply our camera patch now. I'll just click on our camera patch tab here, and I'll just select my first clip in the commercial, and I'll choose my Red Epic patch. So now you can see it's made an adjustment, and if you're looking at the waveform, you can see that that is what we call speed log. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just copy that effect over to the rest of the shots. So I'll just step to the next shot and hit the numeric keyboard 1, and I'll just cycle through my timeline and just recall the previous edits, and now I'm just applying the patch right to the base level of our commercial. So the next step now is really just applying our Speedlooks. So let's go to our Speedlooks Pro folder. When I was coloring this, I actually showed the client a number of things. Let's just quickly take a look at what our codec clean stock does to the picture immediately. I'll just go home now and hit play. You notice the very warm palette, very consistent, exactly consistent with some of today's most popular codec shooting stocks. Okay, well, we looked at codec, but you know what? I think I'm going to like Fuji better on this one, so I'm going to click 3500 Clean F. And that now applies our Fujifilm emulation. And I'll just hit play. And I really, really like that. There's a couple of things that I like right off the get-go. is that there now is some really nice tonal separation between her and her environment. Let me load just a regular Rec 709 version of the commercial so you can kind of see the idea and the difference here. Alright, again I'll apply my speed look over here. So let me hit home on the keyboard, and I'll just now play both the clips side by side. So on the left view we're looking at our Fujifilm emulation, and on the right film we've got red log film and red color space 3. You can see what I was saying, beautiful tonal separation. Let's just back it up a frame. And in the scene itself, if you look at the right side of the monitor, you know, there isn't much tonal separation between her and the background, but by using our Fuji lookup table and Fujifilm emulation, the film by nature separates that, and you're getting beautiful color separation. So I haven't actually even done a shot-to-shot grade, and really that's where the artistry starts to come in. I would suggest maybe vignetting some of these shots, maybe doing some subtle adjustments, but you can see by just doing a proper exposure and applying our Fuji speed look, we get the shots and your commercial looking like $1 million instantly. So that is, again, a brief tutorial on red workflow and speed looks. I'm going to be posting lots of before and afters on our site, so make sure you check them out. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.